What's up, my YouTubers? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Chef Rambo, back with another cooking tutorial for you guys. I'm making shrimp tacos today, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. This is all the ingredients you guys are going to need. I've got my cabbage, I've got shrimp, I've got tortillas in the back, I've got Creole seasoning, black pepper, salt, I've got some blackened seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, parsley, cilantro, onion, lemon, lime. I got some mayo and sour cream, as well as Mexican cheese and a little adobo. I didn't end up making the adobo chipotle sauce, so I just basically took it out for no reason, y'all. But this is all the ingredients that y'all gonna need today. Okay, guys, I'm using some extra large shrimp. They've been deveined and they've been peeled. I just basically have to take the tails off. So as you guys know, we're just basically running these through some water. In the meantime, you guys, I am going to go ahead and start cutting up my tomatoes. I don't know if I told you guys, but I am going to be making homemade pico de gallo. So for my pico de gallo, I actually took 2 tomatoes and I'm just going to chop these up a little bit and kind of dice them and cube them because I don't be wanting no thick old long tomatoes in my pico de gallo. I want them to be all lined up, all nice and evenly chopped into little cubes, okay? So we're going to dice these tomatoes up, you guys. Okay, guys, I'm just finishing up my tomatoes. As you see in the bowl, I have the tomatoes that I just sliced, and I'm finishing the last little piece. How are y'all doing today? How was y'all Memorial Day? Shrimp tacos is a nice vacation, a nice break from all that barbecue that we just ate, right? Okay, y'all, so I am just going to go ahead and throw that in there. So my tomatoes are all chopped up. And because I'm so OCD, I got to wipe all the tomato crap off before I start cutting the next thing. I'm sure y'all the same way. It's really because I'm a woman. You know how us women are. Okay, y'all, so normally when I make pico de gallo, I like to use white onion. Today, because I had purple onion, I'm going to go ahead and use my red onion, purple onion. It's purple, y'all. Purple, red onion, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and start dicing these up, guys. So normally when people make pico de gallo, they just use like the white onion. Because I had already had the red onion, I just went ahead and used red onion, you guys. So you want to probably use about half of your onion, about that much. You don't want to put any more onions in there than that. So yeah, that's how it should look. And as you know, honey, when we're making pico de gallo, baby, we got to have some cilantro. We can't be making nothing without no cilantro, okay? So I'm just cutting up my cilantro. I'm not going to like cut it up really small. I'm just kind of doing like a rough chop. So I'm just going through there trying to take out those long stems because I don't know if you guys know, but when you're, garnishing things with cilantro or when you're making pico de gallo or guacamole, like cilantro is kind of hard to cut, especially if it's damp or wet. So I'm just trying to get it as chopped up as much as I can because I don't want big clumps of, cilantro cloves. I want it to be, nice and chopped up, kind of cute and pretty. So I just went ahead and put that in my bowl. And I'm just basically getting the rest of them and throwing that in there. And I love making pico de gallo, you guys, mainly because it's delicious and it's easy. I think people sometimes forget, when we go to Mexican restaurants, a lot of the stuff that they make, we can't cook. But, honey, the stuff like the guacamole and the sour cream and the pico de gallo, child, we can make that at home, okay? So it's an extra step, you guys, to, cut up the onions, cut up the tomatoes and the cilantro, but it's so worth it in the end. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and go in there with some lime juice because we cannot have pico de gallo without lime juice. And this is my secret ingredient. I don't know if you guys like to put lemon juice in your pico de gallo. I do. I didn't use as much of the lemon as I did the lime because the lime is like, you can't make pico de gallo without lime. So I just put lemon and lime. I'm going to go ahead and go in here with some salt, baby, because they got to be seasoned. And I'm going to go in here with some black pepper, you guys. And that's it. It's that simple. Tomatoes, onions, cilantro, lemon juice, and lime juice. And now I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice stir. I should have really used a bigger bowl, honey, but I was trying to be cheap and lazy. I ain't want to be doing all them extra dishes, so I just used a little bowl here. This pico de gallo, you guys, is so good. It's good. It's super, super good. Now, I will say this. As your pico de gallo sits, the tomatoes kind of bring out the water. So it's going to be kind of watery, but I don't want you guys to feel like you made it incorrectly, but that's okay. Okay, guys, I went ahead and cut up my cabbage. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on my purple cabbage. Normally when people make tacos that have cabbage on it, they normally don't use regular cabbage and purple cabbage. I wanted to use both of them because I actually seen a recipe online where they chopped up regular cabbage and purple cabbage with like sour cream and like made a slaw. It looked really, really good. Unfortunately, I did not make that for this recipe, but next time, you guys, I will definitely probably try out that one. So I'm just chopping up these purple onions, and you want to chop them so that they're shredded. You don't want these in like cubes or diced or, long rectangles. We want these to be like shredded. So yeah, we can put these on our tacos. This is gonna serve kind of like the lettuce. So that's how they look when I chop up the purple cabbage pieces. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring these together. I mixed them together so that they're evenly distributed amongst each other. Now, you guys, I am gonna go ahead and make my cilantro ranch dressing. I've never made this before, you guys. So I'm going to roughly chop up some cilantro. Since I'm putting this in my blender, I'm not really going to chop it up a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and go in here, you guys, with a scoop of sour cream. You can definitely add as much as you want. I actually ended up adding more than a cup because once I added the cup, it was kind of too thick, so I added a little bit more a little bit later. So now I'm just going to go in here with a half a cup of regular mayonnaise, you guys. You can use whatever kind of mayonnaise you want. If y'all want to use Nasty Miracle Whip in it, go ahead, baby. If you want to use regular mayo, I'm with you. Chipotle mayo, you can do whatever you want. But because we're making a cilantro ranch dressing, I wanted to use just regular mayo. Okay. So far, you guys, we have cilantro, we have sour cream, we have a little bit of mayonnaise, and now, you guys, I went ahead and added a little bit of lime juice. As you can see, it's like a little couple speckles. I've took some lime, and I actually took my grater, and I'm trying to zest the lime because in order to make the cilantro ranch, based off the recipe that I seen online, honey, you need some lime zest. And I don't know how to zest the lime other than to use my daggone grater. So it took me a while at first, but I kind of got the hang of it towards the end. And because the limes were wet, a lot of the lime zest was sticking to the grater, but I got a little bit out of that. That's pretty much all I need, you guys. I went ahead and added a little bit of water too, and I probably added another half a scoop of sour cream. So I'm going to go ahead and put my blender on and let this blend. It is, oh my gosh, it was so good, you guys. This is how it should look. I also cut up a little bit more cilantro, and then I added a little bit more to it just so it can have a little bit of texture. Okay, the fun part. The star of the show, the shrimp. And these are the seasonings that I'm using, you guys. So I'm using the Creole seasoning. I'm using Creole seasoning. I'm using black pepper, and I'm using Blackened seasoning. So I've added the Creole seasoning. Now I'm going to go in here with some black pepper, baby, because the pepper just makes everything so much better, as well as the Creole seasoning. And I'm also going in here with a little bit of the blackened seasoning. The point of me adding the blackened seasoning is so when the shrimp are cooking in the cast iron skillet with oil, they can kind of have a little color to them. You can also add paprika, smoked paprika. You can also add some cumin if you wanted to. But I didn't add garlic powder, onion powder, because all that stuff is in the Creole seasoning. And then I just added a little bit more, child, because I like the extra seasoning. I added just a pinch more of that Creole seasoning, you guys. And it looks like it has a lot of seasonings and salt. And I promise you guys, this was actually perfectly seasoned. So I went ahead and put down a little bit of canola oil, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking my shrimp. Shrimp cook really, really quick, so you definitely do not want to overcook your shrimp. I know some people be like, y'all, I'd be liking my shrimp to cook about 15, 20 minutes. Hell to the no. We are probably going to let these shrimps cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And the cast iron skillet is really, really hot. It's, as you can see, it's cooking them really, really fast. I'm going to go ahead and give them a flip. And as you guys can see, you kind of see the color. You can see that pepper. You can see it starting to get a little bit dark where we put that Creole and Blackened seasoning, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give these shrimps a flip. And I only put 9 shrimp the first round because when I make my tacos, that's how much I'm going to end up using. So after I flip these over 2 to 3 minutes on each side, this is how they should look, you guys. And if your shrimp look like this, they are done and they are ready to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. And because I pulled those out, I will go ahead and start on my next batch of shrimp. I had about 12 to 13 left. The pack of shrimp that I got, it only came with 19 to 22 pieces of shrimp. Because I'm only cooking this for me and my family, which is, and I think they only wanted 1 or 2 tacos. So I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of shrimp and have it go to waste. So that's why I used that. These pups are ready. They look just as good as the first batch. So this is what your shrimp should look like. And I have them draining on a paper towel, you guys. They are so good. They look amazing. They have that little crispy texture, but they're not fried. You can still taste the chewiness on the inside of the shrimp. They're not overcooked. They are amazing. So I'm basically going to go ahead and take out the second batch of shrimp, you guys. I already took out the first batch. Now I'm just taking out the second batch. And like I said, I put 9 shrimp for the first batch. And for the second batch, it was probably like 12 to 13 pieces of shrimp. So I am going to go ahead and take those babies out because I don't be liking my shrimp to be overcooked. And that's how it should look. That's how your shrimp should look, baby. They shouldn't be no more doner than that. This is some lovely guacamole I made yesterday. There's our cabbage, tortillas. There's our homemade pico and our cilantro ranch. Honey, we done made us a homemade Mexican fiesta. I mean, it probably ain't Mexican. It probably ain't authentic, but it showed the way I wanted it to be made, honey. It's good. And you guys, make sure you guys leave me comments and let me know if there's something I could work on, if there's something I'm not doing right, if I need to slow down, if I need to talk less, talk more. Just leave me comments, you guys, and just give me as much advice as you guys want. So I went ahead and I'm going to put 3 shrimp per taco. I also put some cilantro ranch down. And now I'm going to go ahead and go in with some of that purple and regular cabbage, baby. Not too much because unlike lettuce, the cabbage has a lot of texture, so you don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with some pico de gallo, baby, because this just really makes all the flavors come together. So after I added some pico, I'm going to add just a hint more of that cabbage and just a little bit more of that cilantro ranch. The cilantro ranch dressing, you guys, was so freaking good. Like, everyone in my household went crazy over it. So that's how your tacos should look, everyone. It was quick. It was easy. OMG, look at those tacos. Look at that guacamole, pico de gallo, cilantro, cabbage, shrimp. And I put these on a flour tortilla shell. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys.